Good morning, I am Adam Harris, and this is The Day Ahead.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's wishing you a great 2019. A quick reminder to subscribe to this channel below to receive alerts and daily market analysis videos. On the economic calendar for today, we have the Swiss retail news at 8:15 a.m. and US ISM figures at 3 p.m. today. In the currencies, we review last night's shock currency flash crashes. In comms on the move, gold and silver explore fresh highs, and in the global indices and equities, the bears continue to beat the markets down. You can jump to any chapter by clicking on the time link in the description below. So again, welcome back everyone, and of course our first day back and a lot of news going on. If you haven't already heard about it, you're going to be hearing about it for the next few days. Multiple currency flash crashes last night during the lowest liquidity period. This is potentially when it or tends to be when it happens historically, and so quite a bit causing a bit of pressure on the yen. So the yen crashing a bit potentially as a result of trying to prop itself up against under trade pressures, and we also had Apple news as well potentially, so we might see how Apple is between today and tomorrow. Come back to that tomorrow. And of course GBP took a bit of a knock to the downside, as well as the Australian pairs, Aussie Kiwi, Aussie CAD, particularly big moves in the flash crashes. So let's have a look at that in the chart. Aussie dollar, euro dollar here, I beg your pardon, still stuck between this range, so no significant change there over the holidays. We've got cable as well, so cable itself having quite a down day yesterday, knocked back down, trying to stay up above 1.2500. And yeah, one of the other things I'll be doing is obviously reviewing my trade resolutions this year, so please feel free to comment in the comment section below. What are your plans for your trades this year, and I'll reply in kind as to what my plans are. Having a look at CAD yen, you can see the significant, these are the trades that I did towards the end of last year. Really nice, continued to trend to the downside, and the biggest move yesterday being as a result, or helped certainly by that flash crash we can see here, at least that big significant move on the yen pairs. Aussie Kiwi, big move here. Here's the flash crash as it occurred. A very big daily candle. You can see strong sort of bullish divergence there, price trying to stay up above that 1.0450 level, and we'll see how that ultimately recovers. It would have to break this previous high, but a strong rejection off those lows and a big move, quite scary in fact. It tends to happen every few years. We've then got euro yen. Euro yen very similar to CAD yen, also very nice moves. Pull back into that bearish candles, move down, and a very nice profitable move if anyone had been in that. So just nice to see that breakthrough from that level breakout. That was a nice little breakout we were monitoring before the holidays, and it looks quite nice. And then finishing off with pound Swissy, the only one that sort of unfortunately didn't really work out. So I managed to exit the position before the holidays because we were just going sideways, consolidating. But even if I hadn't, I still would have been stopped out. Just looking at this, price attempted to break out to the upside, failed. That would have hit my stop loss, and then continue down. So it's overall maintaining that trend, but just very choppy during this entire period. And that's it on currencies for today. In commodities on the move, if anything is supporting the general uncertainty we are seeing or feeling in the news, it's being shown here on gold and silver. We can see gold continue to trickle up very nicely, breaking outside of its range on the daily time frame there. This is really good. We haven't seen gold above that 1250 for a level. It seems relatively stable. It's actually the same when we have a look at it with silver. So I'm definitely, now that I'm back, I'll be having a look for buy entries into that. Potentially both of these as they climb. At some point I'd like to retest these levels. However, any pullbacks into the moving averages will be potential swing trading opportunities to the upside. So both gold and silver looking nice and bullish there. Then if we have a look at, say, US Brent oil, this has been heading steadily downwards, now looking as though it's definitely bullishly divergent and starting to look for an opportunity to do a bit more of a stronger retracement, having been heading down pretty much since the beginning of October last year. So I'm looking to see if we break these previous highs and how we recover from that. But for the moment, overall, it's not looking strong. It's still weak, and I'll be waiting for a proper trend change. But it is looking overextended now. Then if we have a look at palladium, so palladium was on my list, waiting for a breakout of this level before the holidays. It's still looking as though it's keen to break out of that level. We've still got higher lows running into this level, holding there at 1200, and it'll have to consolidate a while before breaking out, but that is looking quite interesting. A couple of attempted ones here and not succeeding. Then if you have a look at, say, lumber, so lumber was on my list as well because it was originally looking bearish, then it went into an uptrend. It's now gone back into a downtrend. So no clear direction here. I'm going to remove this from my list for now and revisit the commodities and update the list for you by next week as well. So let's have a look at the global indices. So having a look at the global indices, and of course that bearish tone has continued over the holiday season, and I'm now more comfortable with looking for shorting opportunities here. We've got Wall Street pulling back into the support resistance levels, bearish candle setting up here, and a breakthrough of that on the daily time frame. Looking for some opportunities there to enter that to the downside, shorting opportunities there. Looking at the S&P 500 on a weekly basis, of course, that's really just to highlight that it's been breaking through some strong levels, heading a lot low. We had a bullish recovery last week, but we've really failed to follow through on that, and it's basically almost the end of this week. Not forgetting, of course, that we have non-farm payroll. I'll just confirm that we have that, but we should have non-farm payroll this Friday as well. So a lot of activity looking at US Tech 100 on a monthly basis, also falling through those levels of support, not able to hold it. At some point, of course, it makes sense that we will have retracements where the market will do weekly retracements and so on, trying to attempt to go up. It'll either recover or it will actually resume a downtrend. So we've got some strong weekly downtrends as well across the board. So here on the FTSE 100, the UK 100 continuing to test levels of support and head low. Also bullish candle last week and failing to recover from that. Germany, which of course is the DAX, which has been quite bearish for a while. That's continued to head lower. Also looking not a very nice candle, but a potential setup here for this to resume its downtrend over the next few days. We've got Hong Kong, which has been looking obviously historically quite excuse me, bearish, and attempted to recover from that just before the holidays, and then of course heading right down back towards its lows, so maintaining that overall bearish note. And just generally we have weakness across the board. I'll be looking for cautiously, but looking for shorting opportunities on those daily time frames and potentially lower time frames. And finally for today, looking at our equities in focus, starting off with Apple. You can see it's really on the monthly time frame, attempting to stay above this 1000 level, find support there. Currently a bullish candle. Obviously it's January, it's only a few days in, and if we do break below that, it makes sense that we'll start to see moves down to the next levels. And certainly if the market continues to gain these sort of negative or maintain this negative outlook, it makes more sense for me to start looking for those shorting opportunities here. Apple, just drawing your attention to this will be something excuse me, we'll be having a look at certainly over the next 48 hours to see how the reaction is, if it has been tied to a lot of the flash crashes that I'm looking and anticipating to see some moves on that. Cautiously, of course, I expect volatility will increase. Makes the most sense. Then having a look at Amazon, just really talking about where Amazon is still within. It's had a really good, healthy correction based off how bullish it was. It's back within that buy zone, within the moving averages. Also at a level of support, 1500, nice round number. So, and it's attempting to stay above that. And then, of course, having a look at, say, EasyJet. So now I'm definitely going to be looking for more stronger downtrends, looking to short the weakest ones, but just observing EasyJet is also attempting to stay above its level support here at 1073. Trying to stay there, and you can see that bullish candles, but I'll be looking for nice little entries there. Barclays, for example, as well. Looking for nice little retracements back into the moving averages, and keeping an eye on key levels, of course, as always, and looking for pullbacks into those moving averages. Really looking to see, looking for shorting opportunities once price pulls back into those moving averages. So there we go. That's it for today. If it's trending, I'll be there, and exercising a little bit of caution, keeping an eye on the news, certainly while we investigate all the things that are going on. I again want to say welcome back, and looking forward to let's see how we finish up the week.
Just a reminder to hit the subscribe button. If you want to stay abreast of what's happening in the market, I'll be producing and bringing you the latest in the markets every morning in a freshly produced video.